God is up to something, and I needed that song. If nothing else for today, that song right there was what spoke to me and will speak to you and will continue to give us hope and give us promise. It's a great day here at Cornerstone. We are so glad that you are here with us worshiping this morning. If you're online on Facebook right now, hey, glad to see you. This morning is a great morning. One, we've got kids in here. Yeah. If you're a kid, let me hear you real quick. Wait. Okay, hold on. Everybody's team won yesterday, right? Right? Okay, kids, I know we can hear you better than that. If you're a kid in here, let me hear you. Oh, that's better. That's better. Now, what I didn't hear in that, though, is if you're a kid, you're just now in adult life. Because you're still a kid. You know what? Because, you had parents, and at one point you were here, you just got old. I did too, though. If you're an adult kid in here, let me hear you this morning. There you go. There you go. I think we're ready. I'm sorry. I know that was a little too loud for the baby. Today's a great day. Yep, everybody's team won, I think, as long as you weren't a Stephen F. Austin, a Louisville, or a Washington fan. I think you're okay. Maybe our Troy fans, sorry about that one. But yesterday's a good day. College football's back. And if you know me, you can probably tell that I am really excited that college football is back. But that song right there, I sat in my chair, and you can imagine me, Mr. Steady. Yesterday, there were some calls that were made that I watched that I went, what are you doing? And then there were some plays that happened. I went, yes! That song that we just sang, that last song, the new song, that moved me and my spirit in such a way that I hope you have been moved today and you will be moved through the rest of today. Because God is up to something around this place. You know what? Tomorrow, you don't have to have the case of the Mondays. You get the day off for the most part. Tomorrow is Labor Day. We get to celebrate a day where we have labored, we have worked, we have toiled, we have done all that we have been challenged to do because of Adam and Eve broke the curse or brought the curse to us. We have to work. Tomorrow you get to rest. I pray tomorrow you get to rest well. That you not only let your body rest, but you let your mind, you let your heart, you let your soul rest tomorrow, today. Every moment, take a chance to rest for your labors. A lot of us in our church family have been dealing with some heavy things, and I think that may be why that song meant so much to me. It was because it spoke to each and every one of us, no matter our hurt, no matter our pain. We have all been dealing with those things, and we get to celebrate the victory that is in Jesus, and that is awesome stuff. It's also exciting because next Sunday is Dream 2020 Day, and it's going to be a fun day as well. Don't miss that opportunity to jump into the vision and mission of Cornerstone for where we are going next and be a part of that voice, be a part of those conversations. That'll be coming along. We have some guests with us this morning. We're glad that you're with us. Just so you know, we are on the back end. Today is the final day of a series that we have called Follow Me. And Jesus calls us to follow him. When Jesus said, follow me, it was not just, hey, come on, let's go to the ball game. Right? It wasn't, hey, come follow me. I know where good food is. No. Jesus was saying, come follow me. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to the Father except through me. Follow me. And when he calls us to follow him, he calls us to something that is great. Something that is challenging, something that brings hope and life to a world that is so in desperate need of hope and life. We've learned that this radical movement of Jesus, it is a challenge. But with that challenge comes a promise. We've learned that it takes radical obedience, not just saying, yes, I'll do that, but actually doing what Jesus and God have said. We've got to shift to a spirit, a radical spirit, to serve others, because how else are we going to be able to truly show the kingdom of God here on earth? And it's just such a challenge. I promise. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. And then last week, Lee challenged us that it's a radical call to disciple, to minister, to love people through their challenges, through their struggles, through whatever it is they're dealing with, to bring them to a place where they see hope, where they see grace, and they see mercy. Last week's message ended with a verse that we're going to hang on today again, because it's such a powerful verse for us. From John 13, verses 34 through 35. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. You see, when we just follow along with someone, when we just kind of jump in line because the mass is going in that direction, the crowd is going in that direction, we miss the depth of this passage right here. Because when God calls you and when God calls me, he calls us to follow. And when we follow him, he will lead us to places where he needs you to be his hope and his light in a dark world. He calls us to follow him, and that call is a challenge. Let's walk through this verse very intentionally. You see, Jesus clearly laid out his expectation for us. Love one another. He shows us by his example, as I have loved you. In case you didn't pay attention to that song we just sang reminds us that Jesus died on a cross and went to a grave for you and for me, and there is no greater sacrifice, right? Love one another as I have loved you is what Jesus has said. And Jesus gave us the why behind the what. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciple. That's the why. So that others will see Jesus in you. They will see a hope in you. They will see a vision of something greater than what they are experiencing right now in you, because you are a disciple and you have chosen to follow Jesus. If that's not a step you've taken, man, I strongly encourage you to take a step. Take a step in faith. Take a step to say yes to Jesus. We'd love to talk with you about that and help you take that step. If you're someone who has said yes at some point in your life, take another step and actually follow Jesus. Actually love people. Actually do what Jesus has called us to do, because one of the biggest challenges I hear over and over to people who don't want to know who Jesus is because of the way we as believers, as Christians, have treated them. It's because what they've seen in us does not connect to what we say we believe. That's harsh. That's difficult to deal with. It's a radical concept. It seems pretty simple, right? Love one another as I've loved you. Then everybody will know that you're my disciple. And they'll want to know more about what it is that you are following. It seems really simple, but we've complicated it. Just look on Facebook. Watch the rants. Just get on ESPN on a Monday morning Get Up show and watch those guys go back and forth and argue and complain. Man, we love to complain about what didn't happen and what didn't go right yesterday. Don't we? We love to look at what's negative. Just watch the news. Kids, I've watched this at my house. Maybe this isn't the case at your house. But my 7 and my 5-year-old, they love one another. So much so that they get into arguments too. So much so that they annoy one another. So much so, you've been there, right? You're laughing. You know what this is like, right? Even our brothers and sisters, even our spouses, we love each other so much that we sometimes get frustrated and angry and upset because we say things and do things that we might not should have said or might not should have done, right? That's the joy of forgiveness. That's the promise of hope that we bring to one another. So Jesus' command is challenging, because you know what? There are people that are hard to love right in your world, and I get it. So I want to give you 5 biblical truths and insights that will help you take steps to love others, even the really hard ones. And I've got to confess, it's this book right here that helped me understand this. If you can't see it, it's The Bedtime Blessings for Girls. I love this book. About 2 weeks ago, I was reading to my daughter Tally, and I was, we read a book, we sing a song, we do our bedtime routine. And she's got her bookmark right here, and she says, "Hey, we got to do our devotion." I go, "Oh, yeah, thanks for the reminder." You ever been there, parents? And she has this page already marked, and I open it up, and I'm thinking about today's message. I'm thinking about what we're doing in this series called Follow Me, and I'm thinking about what it is. I mean, like, we've been talking about it for months in sermon planning meetings. We've been talking about where we were going with this. And so every time I see show love to one another, I think, ooh, let me pay attention. I might can use that. So in an unexpected place, I'm reading to Tally. We're singing our songs, and we do our devotion time, and I'm reading this book, and the page that she has marked, page 44, if you have this book at home. But watch out, because God speaks even in the moment when I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I just want the girl to go to sleep. The title of it is Showing Love to One Another. The passage was John 13:34 that we've been reading. I'm just going to go ahead and give you these in a quick kind of run through, and then we'll come back and talk of these. Because the first words in the book, in this passage, on this page 44, be kind, say nice things, help, obey, and be patient. You see what happened to me? I thought I was just going to kind of read the words on the page. I thought I was just going to sing the songs that showed up on the screen. And then God says, nope, I'm going to catch your attention. You see the first, I lost our bookmark. I'll get it, Tally, don't worry. Be kind. Be kind. Be kind to people. We complicate this because we have a preconceived idea of what they're going to say, what they're going to do, or what we already think about them. But be kind to people. Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as Christ God forgave you. Be kind. Remember that God forgave you, so forgive others. If you have someone in your life that is just difficult when you see them walking up, my son and my daughter, when they come around the corner, they like spooking each other. When they see each other coming up, I told Tally, be kind first. Be kind and see what happens. Andrew Forrest, who's a pastor in Dallas, he's a friend of mine, he said, don't underestimate the power of a small, quiet act of selfless kindness. Who knows what hangs in the balance today? I don't know about you, but some of us are dealing with some things and we're on our last string. And if we're the ones that are kind to them, that might put them over the hump and give them hope and a promise. Number 2 is to say nice things. I use sarcasm a lot, and I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings or if I have miscommunicated something. Truly, I am sorry. That is not sarcastic. Say nice things, and you don't have to worry about that, right? Proverbs 16:24 says, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Isn't that a great proverb? It's like a honeycomb. Who doesn't love honeycombs? I don't like the bees, but I love the honey. It's sweet and healing to the bones. Sue Henry, who was a camp director at Camp DeSoto up in northeast Alabama for a long time. She said one of the most powerful things, and I've said it here before, and I'll always say it again. Words are so powerful, they should only be used to bless, to heal, and to prosper. What do we do with our words? What do we type out on those Facebook messages? What do we think in our mind? Is it blessing someone? Is it healing someone? Does it prosper them? If it doesn't, don't say it. Say nice things. Help. Be a help. So many people along our paths are in need of help. So be a helper. Matthew 25, 35 through 36 and verse 40 say this. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me. Truly I tell you, whatever you have done for the least of these, you did it for me. Whatever you do for someone that is in need of something, do it with kindness, with glad hearts. Help other people. We all need help. We're going to be in a place where we're going to need help one day. I've experienced that in the last couple of months, where I've been in need of something very superficial and very materialistic. But it has been provided along the way, and I'm grateful for that. The fourth thing is to obey. 1 John 2 says this, whoever says, I know him, but does not know what he commands is a liar. And the truth is not in that person. But if anyone obeys his word, love for God is truly made complete in them. This is how we know we are in him. Whoever claims to love and live in him must live as Jesus did. You know how Jesus lived? He obeyed his Father. He took time to get away from the crowds. He took time to hear the voice of God speaking into his life, and he obeyed. And if Jesus obeyed and we're following him, we need to take time to listen and obey. And then the last thing, be patient, not just with others, but with yourself as well. Ephesians 4, 1 and 2 say, I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient and bearing with one another in love. Be patient with yourself. This is not a quick fix. This is not something we just wake up and go, okay, I'm going to have a good day. We typically wake up and go, oh man, yesterday. First thing you do is say, give me the patience today, God, to live with myself because of yesterday, so that I can face what is today. And let me be patient. Let me be kind. Jesus told his disciples one by one, come and follow me. I don't know about you, but that's a high calling. And we have been called to live a life worthy of that calling. So whatever you do and however you interact with others, in the way that you see yourself and receive God's grace over you, know that God loves you. God has mercy for you, and God desires you. Amen? Come and follow me.
Hey guys, my name is Suzanne Corson and I am the Groups resident here at Cornerstone, and I am so excited because we are only 1 week away from our fall community group starting. And this fall we have 25 groups. When you all came in this morning, you should have received a welcome card. On that card is a list of just some of the groups that we have for this fall. So we have men's groups, women's groups, prayer groups, sushi groups, and even a dog walking group. So this fall you can definitely find the perfect group for you. And if you've never joined a group before, you know, community groups are just about building community and encouraging one another as we walk in this life, in our faith, all together. And it's just to encourage each other and love one another. So this is just a perfect opportunity to just jump right in. You can visit our website at cornerstonebuzz.org/groups to sign up for a group. And if you want more information today, just find a member of our Next Steps team. They'll be wearing the orange lanyards and they can help you out.